Good morning, fellas. Quinton, this one's for you. When you think of the year, starting with that gold medal, let's start the year from there, and then continuing through the end of your season into the draft, being chosen by LA, and now here again, ready to compete to defend gold. Can you put that into perspective for us? So what it's been like since last time you laced him up for Canada?
Yeah, it's been pretty crazy, and every opportunity you get with Team Canada is so special, and it's just an honor to put on that jersey. So I'm just definitely excited to, do that again, hopefully, and defend that gold again. So the last year has been crazy for me, and super excited about that, and I think it was just a really good year for me.
You expecting a bigger role, Quinton, in this year's tournament? Would you like to have a bigger role per se?
Yeah, I want to say I'm expecting to be real. I think, you have to earn it here, and, just trying to get back on the ice and, try to earn that role. And, I definitely would want a bigger role, but, just take any role that you're given, and, just go with that and just work your way up.
Hey, Quinton, Jacob, thanks for doing this, guys. Quinton, just to confirm something. So are you here to stay? I mean, the duration of this camp and for however long Canada might play in the tournament, are you going to attend King's training camp at all when it opens? What's the situation there?
Yeah, no, the situation for that is, I'm going to stay here and, hopefully make the team. And, I think that's the plan. I talked to, the GM, Rob Blake, and I think that's the best option for us. And, head over after I'm done there.
Okay. All right. And as a follow, what do you feel you can bring to the team as a returning player who experienced, winning a gold medal last season?
Yeah, I think last year was a good experience, and kind of just just got to experience a lot of the older guys and how they carry themselves and what it really takes to win a gold medal. So hopefully me along with a couple other guys can bring that veteran presence and carry it on to the other guys, and hopefully we can go back to back here.
Quinton, it's such a strange year, and everyone's got a different journey to this camp. What did you have to go through to get on the ice today?
I think it was just kind of we're just waiting for my results to come back. The COVID results. So kind of just waiting there for a couple of days, and I'm excited to get back out there today.
You mentioned that you're feeling a bit stronger in terms of strength. Do you have a number in terms of pounds of muscle you've put on during this pandemic?
Yeah, I think I put on 10 pounds. I was weighing in at 215 before. Now I'm 225. So put on a pretty good solid amount of muscle, and happy with that.
Where do you feel that the most on the ice?
I think it's just a little bit more of my power and my stride. I think I can, be a little bit more, explosive off of, just quick little transitions. So I think that's going to help me quite a bit. And, just using my body a little bit more, just trying to, evolve my physical game. And I think that will definitely help me shield the puck and just separate the body from puck from opponents.
And Quinton, since you've done this before, since you've made Canada's World Junior team, is there any less pressure trying to make the team this time around?
I want to say there's less pressure. I think there's always pressure, and that's what you want as a hockey player. You have to use that to your advantage, and nothing's really given to you, and you have to work for it. So, just excited to be here, and kind of try to work for another spot on the team this year and defend gold.
Hi, Quinton. All of the players who show up at these camps are the top guys on their respective teams. When you came here last year, you were a little bit of a younger guy, had a little bit of a limited role. Was that difficult for you, or was it just a matter of, hey, I'm wearing red and white, whatever they want me to do?
Yeah, no, I think that's what it was. And, last year kind of just came into camp and just really wanted to make the team. And, I think just any role I had to play, I would do that. And I think, anyone here would do the exact same just to be on the team and get to represent your country is super special. So, I was definitely happy the role I got and, extremely excited for that.
How different do you feel now coming into this camp physically, mentally? Like, how big of a difference does a year make?
Yeah, I think it does make a little bit of a difference, but, always coming to camp, you're a little bit nervous, anxious, and excited. So, I think all those feelings are the same, but, definitely a little bit more confidence and, just kind of just want to step on my game and try to play a bigger role this year.
Hey, Quinton, you mentioned a growing confidence this year, and I know it's going to be a very different looking tournament, but how much do you think playing on home soil helps with building that confidence?
I think it definitely will build the confidence quite a bit. It kind of sucks. There's no fans, and I think that would have, gave us an extra boost this year. But, just playing in Canada and, just going over to Europe and the time change, threw you off a little bit at the beginning. But, staying in Canada, staying local, I think that's going to give us a bit more of an advantage.
And just as a follow-up, building off of Mike's earlier question, last year you were one of the kids on the team and told me you looked up to guys like Foodie and Delandria for pointers. What's the best advice they gave you for dealing with the nerves in this tournament? And what are some of the tips you have for the new younger guys like Shane?
I know that's a pretty loaded question, but I think that they gave me quite a bit of just little pointers here and there, and just kind of what to do, and just what to do in some certain situations, like what the coaches want you, and they just help me if I didn't understand something. They come over to me and kind of just give me little pointers like that where I should be in the D zone. Just play a little bit more body, and just like system stuff like that, and kind of just told me to not be too nervous out there. Just play your game, and there's a reason why you're here. So just stuff like that, they taught me, and that's what I want to pass on to Shane as well.
Hi, Thomas. Quinton Byfield was talking to us earlier today, and he said he put on 10 pounds of muscle during the pandemic pause. You know what it's like going up against him in the OHL. How would you describe the challenge a defenseman is going to face moving forward against a bigger, stronger Byfield?
He was already pretty big and strong before that, so I can only imagine it's going to be a lot harder. He's coming down, he can beat you with speed, he can beat you with his hands. There's just a lot of stuff he can do. So for me, I think I'm just going to try and keep it simple, really. Just do what you've been told since you were 5, watch his chest, and try and back up quick enough.
I know you had a quarantine coming up from Syracuse before camp. How have the legs felt? How have you felt on the ice so far?
Pretty good. I got on the ice 5 times before I came here. So the first day was a little rough, just coming off the plane and essentially laying down for an entire day. But this morning was a good practice. I thought we looked good out there.
Hey guys, this is for Thomas. How much has this camp sort of getting back on the ice helped you get over the way things ended in the Stanley Cup final for you and your teammates? I know you only played the 1 game, but is it easier now to have this new environment just to kind of put that what happened behind you?
Yeah, for sure. Obviously things didn't go the way we wanted in the playoffs. I wasn't a huge part of it, but I definitely felt like I was. So it's awfully disappointment the way it finished off, but just to be back on the ice, have a new goal, it's a big help, and it gets my mind off of it for sure.
And what did you gain from that, month and a half or 2 months or whatever it was, where you were in the bubble, skating, against NHL guys on a daily basis that you think is going to help you if you make the World Junior team?
Just how strong and intense those guys are in practice. They've always said practice like you play, and those guys really take that to heart. Each day I was out there, it was an absolute battle to even compete against those guys. They're so good. It's hard to explain. Like, just to be out there, it's a challenge in itself, and I think I definitely got a lot better while I was there.
Hi, Thomas. Just to piggyback a little bit on Mark's question from earlier with another player, obviously you guys see Kingston your fair share in the Eastern Conference. Just your impressions of Shane Wright and how good he was last season from the get-go and the challenge in defending him.
Yeah, he's the real deal. He put up 30 as a 15-year-old, which is incredible. I've put up 18 as a 18-year-old, which is not even the same ballpark. But yeah, he's super smart out there. He can skate with the best of them. He's got great hands. The thing that stood out to me most was definitely just how smart he was. Like, he's ahead of the game. He's 2 steps ahead of the game. Each time he's on the ice, he knows where the puck's going to be, and he gets there, and he always makes good plays.
This question is for Thomas. As being as a member of this camp last year, more just wondering what you've noticed has changed in your game from last year to this year in this camp, and physically how you've seen yourself change from last year in the camp to this year.
Physically, you're always getting bigger and stronger. I think we're all still growing. So that's really the only physical change for me. And then mentally, I'm just a little bit more comfortable. I've been with Tourigny this is the 2nd year now. I've known him for a while, so I'm just a little more comfortable around him. It's a bit easier to play my game. So last year I didn't really play my game as much. I tried to conform to that third D pair role, and it's not how I play, and it's not me. So, this camp I'm going to try and come in and play my game, which is a little more offensive, a little more, just up in the rush, trying to create stuff, and not sacrificing defense for offense, but definitely being up there, and hopefully I can make the team this time around.
This question is for Thomas. Thomas, you've been in the NHL bubble before, as mentioned just a couple questions ago. Can you talk about how important it is to get chemistry, flowing and clicking really quickly?
It's huge. I mean, we have the luxury of having this camp. It's 3 weeks or whatever it is, and that's going to be really good for us going into the tournament. We're going to have that opportunity just for the forwards and D to learn from each other and start trusting each other a little more. So I mean, you look at the playoffs, and the lines that have the most chemistry are obviously the best. And if they don't, the coaches they're always switching up the lines. And like I said earlier, we have the luxury of being here for a couple of weeks and switching up the lines before the tournament so we can try and get the most chemistry possible.
Right, and can you talk about what the adjustment period was like with the Dallas Stars last time you were in the bubble in Edmonton?
I mean, coming out of, I guess, quarantine for 2 months or whatever, as we were after the OHL season got canceled, it was definitely tough to go from, not really doing much, essentially just beer league, out to, playing with the best players in the world. It was definitely tough. It was probably it was a tough week, honestly. It was a lot of getting beat and kind of getting mad at yourself for getting beat. But, after that first week, it was just hockey. You're just out there, and the awestruckness, I guess, for lack of a better term, has gone away, and you're just out there competing against them.
Hi, Coach. Everybody who comes to this team is basically a lead dog on their own club, a star. And when they come here, they can't all be in that position. Some of them have to play lesser roles. I'm thinking of maybe Quinton Byfield last year. As a coach, is it a challenge to get a player to accept that role in this situation?
Absolutely, it is. But you know what? Hockey Canada is doing a really good job to explain that throughout the entire program. So it's under 17, under 18, under 20, and then you have the example of the men. You look the World Cup, the Olympic, the men's championship, the men's world. The player who play on the forward line, they're all a famer. They're not good player. They're all a famer. They are unbelievable player. So when you see that, when you watch video, when you show video of Sidney Crosby being in front of the net screening the goalie or video like that, I think that sell the message. And then now it's a decision for those young men to decide who they want to be. Do they want to be in that team? Do they want to win, or they want to score 2 goals and have their name in the paper for one day, or they want to have their name forever being a gold medal champion? So I think that's a message, but we have time to sell that message. And like I said, Hockey Canada do a really good job to spread that message throughout the entire program. So when the player arrive at this point, they know. And a lot of them been in that role in the program. Like I said, under 17, under 18 or whatever. So they know what's ahead. And for, I will say, for all those kids, or almost all of them, I guess, or I will expect all of them, it's a dream for them to play for that team, and they're willing to go the extra miles.
Byfield's only been here for a short time now, but can you already see a difference in him from last year to now, and what do you expect him to bring to this club?
Huge. Today was a man out there. I really like his intensity. I like the way he works. I like his big body. He's strong, for sure. 2 days of teaching in March, it's okay. That's not a big deal. You miss 2 practice, not a big deal. When you have 3 days of practice and you miss 2 of them, you're late a little bit in the teaching and the structure and everything. So am I worried about that? No, not at all. Give him a few days. We'll do video with him. We'll talk to him. He will go through some practice and he will catch up. So this morning for him, my point is there's a few things in the structure that was new for him, like the other guys 2 days ago, but that's not a problem for Q. I like the way he skate. I like the way he handled the puck, his presence on his one-on-one, and the way he could close quickly defensively on his man. You could see a big improvement.
I'm just wondering, when you talk about the returning players as you have with Quinton Byfield just there, you certainly have a built-in memory bank from last year in his tool set, but there was several late cuts last year from guys that were equally talented that you now have at your choosing as well. Do you see that as a benefit, and how much could those players learn from last year to this year? Do you see that in this camp?
Absolutely. playing at the World Junior, it's a lot of pressure. What those guys going through right now, it's a lot of pressure. They want to make the team. And I always say that between the forward number 8, let's say in our team last year, or 6, or whatever the number you want to take, to the 20th in the country, how big is the gap? Or you can go 25 if you want. There's no gap there. They're all about the same. It's about need or style of play or whatever. They're all good players. That's the reality. And it's the same this year. We will cut player who, if you will have been the coach, John, you will have made a different pick, or you will have used a player in a different way. And that's fine. That's all right. But I cannot try to be John, and John cannot try to be André. I need to be who I am and coach the way I am, and play the style I believe will help us to win with the player we have. And the gap, I look at the lineup, and we talk about it every day. You know how we are the coach. We talk about all the player every practice. We change our team, and we're looking at it. And the catchphrase all the time is how tough it will be to pick the team. We'll have tough decision. It will be really tough to figure it out who will be our 14 forwards, our 8D, and our 3 goalie. But that's a good problem to have. I like that, to have that problem.
Yeah, hello, Bear. Question for you is, you have a lot of guys that are probably thinking in that room that when this is over, they're going to have a chance to play in the NHL. How do you think you can use that as an asset maybe for your group?
That's a good question, Sam. I think at that moment, I rely on our leadership. I think, look, guys like Tom Harley and Cousin and Docker and Bo are all high-end guy, and they're so excited to be here. Krebsy's another one. They're so excited to be at the World Junior and to have a chance to represent their country and play right now. I think that carry a lot of weight. I think they are the leader. They are the guys who carry the weight in our team. And what happened this morning showed a lot how much our leader care, and that's how I rely on those guys. I think you don't become elite player like those guys without having a special work ethic and a special desire to dominate the game and to be at your best every day. So let those guys take the lead, and good thing will happen.